Hello and Assalamualaikum. I am Azra and I'll be introducing our member roles in this negotiation. So I am Azra and I'll be landlord 1, Azahra as landlord 2, Ayza as student 1, and Balqis as student 2. So let's start. How are you guys? We're glad you made it here safely. There's quite a thunderstorm out there. Come in and have a seat right there.
We're fine, thank you. Yes, it is raining quite heavily and we're glad we made it here on time.
Yeah, hi you guys. Here I brought my sister because I thought it would be appropriate to discuss with a more experienced representative on our side. You can just call me Auntie Zara, and my sister here is Azra.
Thank you for making time for us today, Auntie. I'm Balqis and my friend here is Ayza.
Here, have some tea. It must have been a long journey all the way here from your place.
Oh, not really. We arrived here yesterday and came here from our campus.
I see. Where do you guys come from?
Oh, we're both from Perak, but in different districts. I'm from Teluk Intan while Balqis is from Taiping.
Oh, Teluk Intan, that's where the Leaning Tower is at, isn't it? We've been there a few times during the holidays. It was so fun.
Yes, it is. It is one of Perak's main attraction and the night view was really fascinating there.
Yes, indeed. Well, now that we've known each other, how about we get into the main topic? We have a lot to discuss regarding the rent contract.
Okay,
Sure. We are looking forward to negotiating with you too.
Likewise. I think you two have gone through our advertisement, haven't you? Just to make sure we're looking at the same view, you know.
Yes, indeed we have. And after surveying quite a number of places, we thought we should definitely check out yours.
We both think it's a lovely apartment with all the facilities and easy access to our campus. And it seems like you're looking for immediate tenants. So we thought it would be nice to snatch the offer so that we can move in by next week.
Right, talking about moving in next week, just to clear out our goals, we're looking for immediate tenants for our furnished apartment, which excludes the cooking stove and cooking utensils. The gas stove and gas should be provided on your own, but we'll pay the bills as long as it does not exceed 50 ringgit per month.
Also, we'll make sure that there are monthly house inspections, like, you know, to keep the house in great conditions and whatnot. That will include the air conditioner and water filler maintenance. So all of that will cost 175 ringgit per person with a deposit of 600 ringgit. Because you see, your deposit will be used to pay back damage found during the house inspection, during the monthly house inspection. And usually you will get most of it back if you leave the house clean and undamaged by the end of the contract.
Oh yeah, that's a great offer there. But well, we're students, so the payment is our biggest concern here, aside from a fully furnished apartment. Is the price fixed or is it negotiable?
Well, we intended it to be fixed, but we'll see where we can negotiate. But if you're looking to lower your monthly rent, we will need to increase the deposit. Also, just to make sure you know, we don't really tolerate late payments, so the contract will be terminated after 2 months at most.
That sounds fair. We were also thinking about contract termination if we get affected by natural disasters like floods, for example. And maybe we could work to have inspections done flexibly according to our schedule, if that's okay with you.
Yes, and it would be nice if the rent could be lowered during our semester break, since we'll be returning to our hometown. And correct me if I'm wrong, but the rent will be also cover our bills, right?
Yes, sorry. Like my sister said earlier, we only cover for like 50 ringgit or lower. So if there's any excess, it should be paid separately. That's why the monthly rent is quite pricey if you ask me.
I see. Well, we're actually pretty tight on our monthly budget, so I hope we could bargain on that. And we were thinking if we could perhaps make the monthly payment lower to around 120 ringgit per tenant.
Actually, that's pretty low for a well-furnished apartment. Okay, how about 160, including the bills?
I have a word here. I have done my research on this area, and most of my friends here are paying a lot less than that. So I think that is pretty reasonable to reduce the price like a little bit, maybe around 130 ringgit.
Are you sure they're paying that much for fully furnished apartments?
Yes, we even went to the apartments to visit.
All right then. How about I offer it for 155 ringgit, but you'll have to pay the bills on your own.
It is still a bit high for us. How about we go with 130 ringgit and pay the bill separately?
I don't think that'll make it for us. We could try giving you 150 ringgit with the bills, but we'll need to increase the deposit to 800 ringgit.
How about 140 ringgit with a deposit of 850, but in addition, we would like a free gas stove and we will pay the deposit by tomorrow. Is it okay?
That's a pretty huge request actually. With the additional appliance, I don't think we could offer that low. Because, including the new gas stove and whatnot. Okay, here's the deal. How about including the new gas stove, would 150 ringgit with a deposit of 850 be fine for you? I think we could include the bills too, but we will need to lower it. Instead of 50, we will only cover 30 ringgit per month.
I guess that will do for us, right, Balqis?
Yeah, but because we won't be using the apartment during our semester breaks, I think it would be appropriate to reduce the payment for those months to perhaps around 70 ringgit. Besides, the rent payment includes the bills, so it should be a lot lower than usual during semester breaks.
That makes sense. I would agree on that, with the condition that the apartment has no damage and is left clean and tidy during your semester breaks.
Sure, we will make sure that the house is in a good condition before we leave the house.
Okay, so just to restate, we make inspections once a month. Usually we schedule it to be on the first Saturday of each month. But you two requested it for it to be flexible earlier. Would you mind elaborating on that actually?
Yeah, we are actually thinking about having the inspection during semester breaks only. Since we are already on our last year students, I'm not sure if we will have time for monthly inspections, considering we will be busy with classes and assignments and everything.
We're pretty concerned about the house's cleanliness and maintenance, Could we make it at least once every 2 months? I hope that wouldn't bother you too much.
I think that's manageable. As long as the inspection is planned at least a week before, it should be fine.
Oh, well, that will be okay with us. I'll be contacting you two pertaining to this matter when it's time to schedule the inspection, okay? And I also hope you two would agree about the contract termination with the late payment. What do you think?
Yes, of course, that's understandable. Just remind us when the deadline is near, okay? We'll make sure to pay the rent on time.
Yes, and we were also hoping that you would approve of the contract termination if there's any natural disasters or anything beyond both of our control, if that's all right.
Yes, I think that would only be fair if we agree, since you have also accepted our conditions.
All right, so just to restate on what we have agreed upon earlier, we will give you both monthly rent of 150 ringgit and a deposit of 850 ringgit. We will also cover the bills, but only for RM 30 ringgit or lower. Also, house inspection will only be done every 2 months, and we will contact you beforehand. And the contract will be terminated if there is late payment after 2 months time, and if we are faced with natural disasters and such. Is that correct?
Yep, that's just about it.
I think we have reached an agreement. Shall we proceed with the papers?
Sure, we'll prepare the contract papers and we can meet tomorrow to sign the contract and for the deposit payment. We'll also give the key to each of you as soon as the deposit is paid.
All right. Thank you for having us here today. So we'll be going then. Have a nice day.
You too. Have a nice day. Bye bye.